In this video, we are going to be going over the process to import files into Help You Sponsor. To get started, you'll log into your software and click Program Options, and then click Programs. And on this page, you will have your list of programs. You'll notice the import link next to each program, so you'll click that. And this brings us to our file import page. Now you'll notice this warning dialog box here. Here you have a link to the instructions page and a warning letting you know that importing a CSV file is something that should only be done by someone who is experienced, who understands the process, and who feels comfortable with completing it. Importing a CSV is your responsibility. If it's something you don't feel comfortable with, Help You Sponsor will import them for you for $25 a file. So once you feel comfortable, you can continue on. Click the Continue button and begin by choosing a file to import. Now, one quick note. The file type that is supported is a CSV file. If this is something you're not familiar with, a CSV file is like any other spreadsheet file, but it's a special format that is compatible with web applications. So that's why we require a CSV file. Importing a regular Excel file may work, but it's not something we support. So make sure when you save your Excel file or OpenOffice file, you save it as a CSV. A CSV will look just like any other Excel file, but it's got the special .csv at the end of it. So once you're ready, you click the Choose File, choose your file, and you'll notice all of these have the .csv at the end. Click Open, and then we will choose what import type. In this case, we are importing children, so we are going to choose recipient. You notice there are 4 other options. You can import donors, you can import the sponsorship relationship, so the relationship between the donors and the recipients, and you can also import payments. Once you've made your selection, click Upload, and the file will be uploaded to Help You Sponsor, where you can now match the fields that are in your database to what has been uploaded in the CSV file. Now, you notice at the top it says Import Recipients to Guatemala. This is your confirmation that you're uploading into the correct program. Because remember, importing CSV files, once it's done, it's not something that can be undone. Now you can go through each individual record that's created and remove it, but it's not something that can be undone automatically. So you want to make sure that you are, in fact, importing into the correct program. What you'll do is you'll go through and you'll match the columns in your database, in your CSV file, to the fields that are in your database. You'll notice that the labels here are what match the first row in our CSV file. That's important to note because when you import your CSV file, it's really important to have this first row be your labels, so that it makes it a lot easier to match the columns. So here I have child ID, which is the column in my CSV, and I want to match that to a field in Help You Sponsor that I've called ID number. Next, I have the first name column in my CSV, and I want to match that to child name. Now gender is a column in my CSV, and it's also a field I have in Help You Sponsor. Now last name is not a field I have in Help You Sponsor, so I'm just going to leave that one blank. DOB is date of birth. I do have a birthday field. Now you'll notice I had a lot more columns in my CSV file than what I'm actually importing into my database, and that's fine. Next we have a couple of questions. Is the first row of your file column headers? Yes, the first row of our file are the column headers, so I am going to click this checkbox. Do you want to automatically add an ID number to each new record? Now, if I have this option enabled in Help You Sponsor, then I could check this and it would automatically create my ID numbers. Next, we need to select some defaults. This comes from the settings that you set up for your program, and we only need one sponsor per child, and the sponsorship amount, if I had multiple amounts that I could choose from, that would show up here. And now that I've made all my selections, I can click Insert, and you'll see that I get this message: your import has been queued. You will receive an email when the job has finished. So the jobs are queued in the software, and typically they will run immediately, and you will receive the email quite quickly after you have processed your job. But it is possible that it could take a little bit of time, so you'll just need to be patient and wait for that email to come. And once it comes, you will be able to then go into your software and see all of the records that have just been imported.